Terrible. Another random casual stream. Gonna go in and get some dailies done here first. So I've got 10 Herc frigates to destroy, and I'm gonna re-roll that one. Harvest material ground? No. Healing ground? We can do that. Very EU friendly time? I know. Friend, did I sleep? Did I sleep? I mean, it's like 6 in the morning. It's a perfect time for an early morning stream before the day really starts up. It's perfect. Rob, Delta, how's it going? Clarion, we're gonna start here by standing in the acid pool. This is peak Stowe gameplay right here. Got to get my heal health ground endeavor done, and to do this I'm gonna pop a med gen and sit in this lovely acid pool. Toxent, how's it going? I have not slept between the stream I did last night and this stream, if that was your question. My sleep schedule, like, I fell asleep in the pretty early in the afternoon yesterday. I crashed, like, I was just tired, and I woke up around like 7:30, 8 p.m. Like, I just crashed right around like 2 to 3, I'd say. So the sleep schedule's a little bit screwed up as always. It's getting back on track, but today, I mean, I'll probably be up like another 6 to 8 hours at least. You can't stay. Terrible, Warp Core. You're gonna miss out on this premium casual content. This heal health ground endeavor is just, such a daunting task. Yeah, it's fine. I was getting some. I got some stuff done. I got some work done. I also got a bit recorded for the Kamari review. I know I'm super far behind on all that. I want to at least get the Kamari and the Andorian reviews out this weekend. I'll probably get some more footage here for the Kamari, because I need to actually do some more like tank testing with the trait. So I'll probably get that done here on this stream, and then I'll finish the recording probably when I wake up and just get video scheduled out like either late Friday night or early Saturday morning. Well, actually, it'll be a little bit longer because I gotta do a build video alongside it. Yeah. I'm waiting to see also if there's any news today. If they're doing anything else with that teaser or what, but yeah. Did Stowe stop the 500 Zen on lifetime subs? No. I don't remember what day I get mine, but I should be getting mine here in the next couple of days. Mystic, Delta, good morning. Yeah, I think I mentioned this on the stream last night. That was legitimately my initial plan for April Fools, was just to drop the crate build vid. I've already got a crate build video on the channel. It's the mere angle, but the crate build guide is just trying to explain the build so people can adapt it to other ships, but I don't even know how well the video is going to do, because it's like it's more of an advanced build, and it's, to be honest, that's just generally not what most people want. Most people just want something that isn't 30 different things on their tray for them to handle. They want, slap by some eggs on it, buff the weapons up. people in general don't want you have to hit this specific console here, this console there. Like, yeah. Why am I live? Because I can go live at any time of the day, Ranger. I'm flexing my flexibility. Muds Bundle Addict, how's it going? Pretora. It's also sort of interesting to see the metrics for viewership at different parts of the day. Um, like I sort of figured this would probably be like the worst possible time for me to start a stream up, but it still is interesting to see, you know, that data. Don't kids have spam bars? Well, the thing is, if you really want to maximize like the crate builds, you don't want to spam bar everything. In fact, it's sort of like Torps back in the day, where the more manual control you have over some aspects, the better your performance is. It's really an advanced playstyle. In general, though, I do think that, you know, whether it be the crate build vid or other, you know, endgame related build videos, there's definitely a need for a lot of updated content out there. You know, crate is still something I want to do, but there may still be other videos I push out before that, just because I think they're going to have more relevance to help more people. Spencer's flexing his free time. I mean, I'm flexing my free time right now at 5:50 in the morning. Um, I can't stream at every single point of the day. There are points where I have to go out and you know, actually do things. But yeah. Sleep pattern level equals supreme. I know. Logical, how's it going? And yeah, the clicky builds are terrible for console. Like, everything I've seen with that ability wheel just is not... Can you do it? Yes. Should you? Probably not. Like, just doing a generic isomatic setup on console seems like a much simpler task. 2 streams in one day, I know. Attack pattern coffee? I could use some coffee. Okay, do I go with the engineer or the science for my daily? Which one, chat? Science or engineer? Inge, okay. Inge is the first message I saw. My engineer is very developed. Okay, I'm gonna queue up for To Hell with Honor. I should note that this engineer does a bit of deeps. So this character, not CasualSAB, if I pull up the current deeps tables, it does a little bit. I'd say my science is currently my weakest of the 3. I probably just need to get some more runs in on the science, but it just generally has seemed like the for me, performance wise, attack, Inge, then Psi for deeps right now. Yeah, I would just save your Epic Phoenix tokens for now. I think that in general, the Phoenix store, especially the Epic tab, just needs some changes. Leak everything about the upcoming Sovereign. I don't have anything to add, and if I did, I couldn't say anything. I mean, there's a Sovereign in here. Augment is in a Lamar, which is, you know, technically a Sovereign.
to Shipyard Alpha. Destroy the Mokai vessels before they can power up. That smell of
Terrible.
in the morning.
Trying to interpret my phrasing there. I see how it is. Now, I normally partake in these things, so I understand why people are a little confused, you know, about me not really commenting on the teasers. I get that. Okay, that went really fast. I don't think I'm going to get to Lucar on this one. We got some deeps in here. And I'm on a character that doesn't have deuterium. If I can't say it, dance it instead. Oh no. What I dislike about this part here is you have to wait for the Alachi to spawn in, and they spawn in at a bit of a delay. Blink twice for yes. I mean, the thing with the 3-5 ship there that you're talking about, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name. Its bridge officer layout just so severely holds it back. I mean, honestly, if you're wanting to do a mine setup, just look at the tort builds from, like, before the Terran Eagle. Like, those tort builds were all doing, like, they were 4-4, and they were taking advantage of mines. Like, those were probably the best instances of mines being used in the past decade, was those 4-4 tort builds. That was the best use case for them I've seen. Also was the highest performance I'd seen from them, so... Yeah, we had a bit of deeps in this one. That's nice. Nice to see. That was a nice, fast... What was our time on that?
The rift failed to close. Something is keeping it open. Only a Takech like you would use
Already closed out the window. Oh, there it is.
How
did we do?
From the last rift.
Didn't give me a time. Terrible.
Maximum warp. That gigantic Alachi Walker is keeping the rift open. Destroy it. We need to close this rift before we pursue Jaula.
Yeah, I don't even have my camera on, so you can't see if I blink. It's going to be promo and hyping up. If he doesn't keep quiet, it will be a 3-5 mine layer. But no, it's the issue is with that that 3-5 ship there in Phoenix is it just isn't good. Like, even if you're trying to do mines, it just doesn't have the stuff that you'd want on a mine build. Like I said, 4-4, like Styx, the Voth, what is it? The Rampart? Yeah, the Voth Rampart was also a good mine boat. The United Earth Defense Force vessel. Like, going for those 4-4 options just is the best bet for mines. I can tell you, if you try to do that 3-5, or if you try to just focus on mines and purely mines, you're just not going to have a good time. You really, for maximum effect, need to do a tort build with mines as the secondary. That will enable the most effectiveness from your mines. Anything else will just be disappointing. Didn't someone say there's a new lockbox ship coming next Tuesday in the last cryptic stream? You know, I've heard some commentary like that. Let me pull that up here. Star Trek Online. Thankfully, we have the ability to just go in and look at what was said explicitly in that video. So show transcript. If I can get the page to load, just give me a moment. So you're saying that at the end there was a mention of a lockbox? I don't see it. So let me... Okay, reset the search there. Okay, let's go to the end. Was there something said? I don't see it. Just that we will see you next week. Yeah, I don't see anything about a ship. Our brewer, how's it going? What time is it with you? It is currently 5:58 a.m. Is this a really late night or super early morning, Spencer? Um, so yesterday I crashed around 2 to 3 p.m. and I woke up at like 7:38. Um, so I guess late night. It's about time for some more coffee. That's for damn sure. Yeah, I just looked at that cryptic stream and I don't see anything indicating that they mentioned that. You could redo the words of Tina Turner's song, "We Don't Need Another Hero." We don't need another sovereign. Oh no. Could have also been folks trying to bait out info, yeah. I mean, people always try to get me to say things, that I'm not supposed to, so it's nothing new. Corporate security, how's it going? Shoot your Lance wants as if it's a 5-3 command intel sovereign. Oh no. We don't know. Guys, I don't know what that is. We'll find out whenever they announce it. I know that the teaser's out there. I talked about it briefly in the video yesterday, and I talked about it in the stream last night. But yeah, no, Darth. What is sleep? Yeah. Okay. How many more days of this event do we have? Um, another 4 days and 8 hours. Okay. I am at 3,400 progress. So by the time this event ends, I'll be at 3,600 progress, which means whatever the next event is, I'm basically going to be able to immediately go in and get the event campaign done if I want. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Attack pattern siesta. Oh no. Nah, I've been, I got a little bit of work done overnight. Working on some 3D prints. I'm still working on getting the data lists all printed, and the part that I've got going right now, it's like an hour or an hour and a half, a day and a half to get it printed because of all the color swaps. I'll pull it up here in a moment as soon as the program loads. Okay, so let's go. I believe this is it. Yeah, so this one right here at the top center is what I've got going right now. You can see how there's like some color swaps going on there and all that stuff. So that with all the color swaps there, the filament swaps, that is going to take, I think it was 1 day, 11 hours. for this print here. As soon as it gives me the info, there we go. I mean, the issue with this though is I dislike how much waste there is. Like this is where I see, you know, people, you know, bringing up the point of like the Snapmaker U1, because like this is probably my worst print thus far when it comes to waste. Like I'm burning a lot of filament on this one. Like the the model itself is 553 grams, which you guys can't see because it's behind the damn chat window. So 553 grams for the model. Support's going to be another 70 grams, and then for just the flushed, which is wasted for the filament swaps, that is 156 grams. So that's the issue with these multicolor prints is they can take quite a bit of time and they can waste a lot of filament. Yeah, I'm not too worried about, you know, the wastage here. That's basically like $1.50 worth of filament for me. But it's still just the point of like that does add up over time. It's why I don't really do too many of these multicolor prints, because it is extremely wasteful. But you can make some cool looking stuff. So that's the point of doing it. And I want the Daedalus here to look pretty cool. So I'm basically going in, and I figured for some of these I may as well go in and get a couple duplicates done, and I figure I'll probably sell like another one. Yeah, the nozzle flush, like swapping between the colors, yeah. Because I've got a light gray and then a dark gray. And then there's also so I'm using PETG primarily for the print here. And did I miss a spot here? Oh no, that's tragic. Well, that's something I'm not gonna unsee, but I can't fix that at this point. Gonna just have to paint over that. But I've got some white PLA here for the support interface. So when I go to pull this off, the PLA and PETG don't like to stick together. So using that as the support interface, that'll make it pop off real easy. Burning a ton of filament, that'll be what's setting off the fire alarm. Terrible. No, but it's the detail I can get into here with this. I do need to get some other stuff printing though, because I've got 2 other printers not going right now. So let me see here. Let's do what I want to print on the others. I'll get some more home wrecker stuff printed. When am I gonna go resin? That is not something I'm planning right now. Let's get some more lock pins going. So slice plate. Print, and I'll do this on the Centauri Carbon here, which has black loaded. So we'll get that going. And then for the other one, Orphe, how's it gone? I'm just thinking, do I want to print any like accent pieces here? I don't want to just burn filament on stuff right now, but I do want to get that other printer going. So I've got white loaded in this other printer. Maybe I should take a look at Maker World or Printables and see if there's anything new on there worth printing. It's a nice thing with the 3D prints is you can just go online and find, some nice stuff that people have made. And of course, there's a bunch of Easter crap trending right now. I realize I am very off topic from Stowe. We'll get back there, don't worry. Surprised to see me stream at this hour? I mean, it happens. I've got the a perfect sleep schedule. That looks like it would be burning through some filament right there. Like there's some neat designs here, but I can very much tell that I need to get a better 3D printer for the multicolor stuff. Like the tool head changers, like the Snapmaker U1, look really cool. I'm looking for something that would actually be like useful to print right now. There's lots of things on here, and I mean, people make stuff for like Star Trek too. So or yeah, Star Trek gets stuff. Let me just search here, see what's popping up right now. Like people make props here too. Like you could 3D print out an actual like phaser. That'd be cool. I might have to do that at some point. They can print out Geordi's visor, a Klingon Dictog knife there. I just completely butchered that name. I can print Moopsy. Oh hell yeah. Yeah, there's lots of neat things people have to print. Galactic, how's it going? Can I 3D print Spencer AI a soul? Wow. Yeah, I do that where possible, Mike. Like I've done that with some of the other prints. Um, but there's some like the data list I got going right now where that just isn't really feasible. So let me see how this is going. Yeah, like it just isn't super feasible with the design of that. So that's the issue there. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, shield tanking is like perfectly viable right now. Shield tanking's been viable for a while, to be honest, but um, the recent toys have certainly made that quite a bit more potent. Billy, but yeah, lots of neat things to print. I don't know. I'll worry about that later. Let's go back to casual. Still wish there was a way to negate the shield bleed through, but oh well, yeah. I mean, I guess your best way to do that, Galactic, would be temporary HP. Um, like I remember seeing a parse from Darthon, like a week or so back, where Darthon like tanked a substantial amount and like took almost no actual hull damage because he had so much temporary hit points stacked behind his shields that the enemies just never got through to his actual hull. So like that is the key there if that's what you're trying to do. And I think Nick has, leaned into that stuff as well. And um I know that's really potent for that if that's what you're trying to do. A budding alliance is a bit OP, yeah. You know what else is overpowered? The the executor energy weapon proc and the impersonalians. They're just a smidge overpowered. Use some whole regen procs, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we focus so much on the DPS power creep, but there's also been an enormous amount of survivability power creep. Part of the issue though is, as with any other play style, there is a lot of these really nice toys that are locked behind um, really expensive ships and all that. So that's the downside, but there's a lot of potential.
The situation is grim. All attempts to hail the start.
Put a hollow disguise on the Impersa, call that an impersonator. Terrible. I was ranting a bit about the Impersa and the Executor stuff last night, but I think that both of them are just extremely unhealthy for the Deeps community. Like the RNG with this stuff is just ridiculous.
Scanning the nanite transporter. Got it.
Did my fire at will just misfire? Rip. Not a good start because of that.
The nanite drones will repair the transporter. Stop them.
Now they run to the other side. Slow here. Just accidentally turned the broadside off. I'm doing good. Peak casual work here. One little probe that got away. Doesn't matter. I didn't get enough procs off the stuff for that to be good. The RNG with this stuff is crazy. I've had some runs where it's like if there'd been just like a lance crit, or like one more proc of the critical puncture, like the number would be ridiculous over what the current numbers are already. Yeah, and Persis made the anti-proton endeavors really easy. Yeah, one fire the lance and you get it. Rainbow builds have also been really good. Phoenix prize pack refreshed. Oh, I completely forgot to grab my free one yesterday. Yeah. Also, this protonic crush stuff that does damage to you when you load into maps at random is a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. Let's take a look at that parse here. So, analysis. Anti-proton overcharge lance, 749, so that was 2 crits, just 25 mil though. And then critical puncture's what... I mean, critical puncture did fine. It got both the simulator, or both transformers. It got an assimilator, got a sphere. Just the rest of the run didn't fall together right. It was a couple seconds too slow. I just didn't get the overkill needed. Like, in order for me to beat my current run on the table, I'd need to be pushing past 290 million total damage in around 65, 66 seconds. And I've done it. It's just there's always something that like slips up. Free guys are gone. Yeah, I need to go grab my free Phoenix pack. So let's head on over to a character on DS9. Perfect. Talk to Ona. Let's get that free pack. Beautiful. Ultra rare. Like to see it. I hope people took advantage too of the, or I hope people are taking advantage of the event to stockpile the X upgrades, like I mentioned in the video yesterday. Um, it is crazy to think how much more people are spending buying those in the Dill store or in the Zen store. I mean, like that 3-pack for $20 is rough considering what Phoenix can get you for that same amount. There's only 2 people that have done 3.9 right now. Most people that are doing the solo runs are not really going out and abusing the Impersal Lance or the critical puncture proc off the new executor weapons. Um, the Impersal Lance, I mean, that's going to be eventually addressed. So people don't want to focus too much on that. I get that. And for the execution or the executor weapons, I think that's just people probably just haven't gotten around to that yet for the most part. Um, and I talked about this last night, but myself, Nick, Cheops, we all feel that the critical puncture stuff is just incredibly stupid from like DPS table standpoint. Like it's so much RNG that we are of the opinion that when the Impersal Lance it gets addressed and we have to break off to a new season on the Oscar tables, we are of the opinion basically of potentially just not allowing critical puncture on the Parsers. Because it just introduces so much overkill in like that higher end environment that it just is stupid. And long term, there's also the issue of people that missed out on that event not being able to get it, for an extended duration next year while they wait for it to be added to Muds or Phoenix. Angle, that is good. Yeah, definitely stockpile. Stockpiling with this event is the key. Last, how's it going? Deal claims are being grinded up for X upgrades at the moment. Actually ran out of upgrades a week back for the first time. Oof. Yeah, get more ship upgrades, get more gear upgrades, get everything. Take advantage. I need to charge some more Zen still. Because I probably could benefit from grabbing a few more Phoenix upgrades also. Yeah. Nick is the one that wants to see Budding Alliance nerfed. I think Budding Alliance is perfectly fine. I think any survivability power creep and any tanking power creep in general is good. I think tanks are in a rough position right now because this popped up in the discussion with the systems team for the anniversary bundle, but we're in a position right now where a lot of high end DPS builds will also turn Threatening Stance on to get the increased hull capacity to get more crit chance out of Tyler's duality. And the reality is if you're anywhere near high performance, like if you're even like mid range, just doing a couple 100K, you are most likely going to be taking all the threat in most situations you're in, most TFOs. So you may as well just turn Threatening Stance on and get that extra hull capacity for the extra survivability. You do want the taunt to have 100% uptime. Do I think we'll have an upgrade event afterwards? I think that would be very nice. Yeah. Like I'm back up to 91 of the X upgrades, so that's the next 30 ships covered for me up to a tier 6 X2, which is basically, that's like every ship that they'd release this year and most of, next year. Peeps were discussing the Overkill and Reddit chat channel last night in Discord or the in-game Reddit chat channel. Probably the Discord, right? I imagine Game Freaks would be discussing that stuff. Game Freaks tends to be very vocal about anything related to Overkill. In game, oh. Um, you can have up to 75 ship slots on a character, and then basically like unlimited, effectively unlimited dry dock slots. It's like 900 and something or 1,000, but there's not that many ships in the game. Sham infected a few others. Gotcha. Yeah. Probably the same people that are, discussing it in like the builds Discord. It just the general consensus is we don't think it's healthy for the deeps community. For those curious what the hell I'm talking about, let me just grab some pictures here. So let's go 3-second delay. So we know about the Impersa's Lance. That's something everyone knows about. But there's these Klingon executor weapons that just came out, and they have a proc on them that if the target is below 20% hull capacity and it's a weaker enemy, then it will instantly destroy them by doing the full HP, like their full max HP value to them. So, for instance, in Infected, what we're seeing is that against like nanite transformers, it'll proc on them when they've got like 1 to 2 million HP left, so they're about dead, and it's doing, 14.5 million damage to them. So that is just generating a massive amount of extra damage on the map that traditionally wouldn't be there. This run also, I just want to say, if this lance shot had a crit down here, that would be 4.6 to 4.7 million. If that had a crit, makes me sad. But that's sort of the RNG here of the current situation with the Impersa and critical puncture. Like you've got the lance, do you get lucky and get the big crits that you need, or do you not? And then for critical puncture, how many targets do you actually get to proc against? And like this was a very, very successful run here where you can see I had it proc against a lot of things, and against both nanite transformers, it did the 14.5 million damage. Against an assimilator, 2.1 million. Against these spheres, like this just isn't great. What change do I propose? I mean, if it could just, just do the remaining HP amount the target has, that would be better. I understand why they have it set to do the max HP value, but it's also not like an actual issue for them. This is more of like a DPS community issue, a parser issue. There's not interest in like reducing the number down by a fifth either on our side. So our thought process is that if this is going to remain like this, that we're probably just going to ban it from uploads. Which, I mean, some people aren't going to be happy about, but if we do that, again, I think that would be best long term. Unfortunately, we can't ignore every last bit of overkill. Um, the game just doesn't report that sort of information in the combat log, and we don't have, all of the HP values stored for every last enemy in the game. Plus, you'd have to factor in healing or passive regen, which is just that's outside the scope of what we can do with the parser. If Valdor taking up a console slot is an issue at the high end, Budding Alliance taking up a space trait is also out of the question, in my opinion. More mid-level use cases or alt-leveling, yeah. There's a ton of real casual players who would disagree with you. They love their new meta platform and its perfectly balanced lance, yeah. Yeah, I know. I am aware that not everyone has the same opinion. Logical, I'm aware. That will be just like Hellboy Light drama from last year. It is what it is. I don't like the design of it. Nor does pretty much anyone else, like in the management side of the table. Yeah. Let's see. We can do another. I mean, Backlash is whatever. There's not that many people that are going to care about it, so it's not going to be as big as Hellbore.
The situation is grim. All attempts to hail the...
Hellbore Light was like the only good thing from the Timeless Legacy bundle meta-wise, and like I can get why there was a bit more frustration from people about us blocking that, but the this just a random weapon from an event, I don't think there's going to be as much complaints. I mean, the dual heavy cannon, that part of it does need to be fixed, where the DHC doesn't proc it.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Done. Additional data is available.
Not the best start. There's just so much RNG at these starts. Gonna die here. Yeah, there's the proc. It came too late. Basically, like with the runs that I'm doing here, I basically know, like, if I am not leaving the start at around 9.5 mil at the minimum, like, the run's already dead. And especially if I am leaving the left side, I have to be at least 5 million. If I'm not at 5 million, the run's dead for me. Like, if I am not leaving the left side at 5 million, the right side at 4 million, I'm not going to get a final number that would beat my current number. That was a 31 mil hit. Yeah, I had a 35 mil in a run earlier. Wonder how many Reddit posts will demand a free tier 6 coupon as compensation for their beloved lance. Is there any room in my KDF Armada for a fleet? I haven't heard back from people here in some of these other fleets. Let me check here. When was the last time these guys were on? 315. Wait, was that this year? Yeah, it was this year. Oh wait, I'm not. I had it sorted the wrong way. Um, House of Obsolete Oldies. I think it might be time for them to go. Only 10 people in that fleet. We need more Armada slots. Cody, how's it going? Yeah, so there's not currently room, but I definitely need to. I need to get in contact with someone from Ninth to deal with that. Now that I'm looking at this the right way, has any of this leadership in this fleet been on recently? So there's a March 5th. Dude, this guy's not been on since December 12th of 2013. What? uh, okay. Um, there's a 221. Yeah. Yeah. Oof. um, yeah, yeah. Um, Going back up, Mark to Chief. At this point, with solar runs being the norm at the high end, wouldn't the map clear time be a much more meaningful metric for build performance? Yeah, ideally, and that's how it was with the Mirror Angle. It's just that because of the impersonal lance, um, we have to slow things down. So the impersonal lance not being affected by Spirit of Sacrifice or Eclectic means that we have to slow the run down to get the second shot. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot a message to people because that's ridiculous. This fleet, I mean, this guy was on just a couple hours ago, or like yeah, I mean within the last 10 hours. So that's at least something. But they don't have any projects slotted here. That's a little concerning. Like that they've got someone on, but the person that they've got on isn't maintaining projects, which I mean that doesn't do them or us any good. Yeah, I think I'll probably I'm gonna reach out to Ninth and I'm gonna see if they can just get people kicked out. I mean I could just thinking who here. Ralston, I don't think I've seen in the game for a while. Yeah, last online May of last year. Uh, Eric Conqueror here. I don't know if he even plays Stowe anymore. Thunderdog. I know that's their guy that normally runs their KDF fleet. So yeah, I'll have to shoot a message off here. Let me just do that over in their Discord. One moment. I am in way too many Discords. Stowe. You know, can someone their Discord is dead. Damn. Start purging inactives, yeah. Always good to purge the inactives. What is TBC at right now? TBC KDF is at 411. What is TBC fed at? How is there a 7 a.m. stream going on? I don't know. I hear that CasualSAB guy is a bit crazy. Doesn't know what his sleep schedule is. Okay, TBC Fed is at 430. How I assume you mean how many people can be in a fleet? Up to 500 characters per fleet. Imagine if he's got a lifetime sub. Logical. Um, to be honest, I have been considering joining Stonewall Fleet instead of Access Denied. I tend to, I don't know. I've steered clear of a lot of the bigger fleets over the years. I mean, I've got my own fleet here. We've got a lot of people in here. There's some of you in here are, or at least have characters in the fleet. I don't know. I see some of the people that, some of the groups that just want to have like all the people in their fleet, and they've got like 20 fleets and 10 different armadas, and that's cool. That's just not really for me. I sort of like the peace and quiet. TBC is a fleet that is like fully built out, but you'll have like 10 people on it, points 10-20 people, and then there's no social activity, and that's sort of the point. Is everyone's just here benefiting from the perks that a fleet has, but with none of the social commitments. Like it's the way that I want it to be. That's also why like I'm not going to participate in the thing that they're doing over on the Stowe Discord for like promoting a fleet. It's just I don't want to bring that sort of attention to my fleet. I like the peace and quiet. Where was that? Yeah, fleet spotlight here. Yeah, fleet spotlight. Yeah, like you can see the communities there that are pretty large and got 500 fleets in them, but I will gladly just stick to my quiet corner and enjoy the peace and quiet. Does my Fed fleet have any openings in the Armada? No. Unfortunately not. Yeah, this is full right now. Do I have room in the fleet? I mean, there's room in the fleet if you want to move a character over, yeah. And the thing is, every single person in the Breakfast Club can invite to fleet. And that means that you have the ability to invite, like self-invite your own alts. Like, you just go to the fleet window, go to the roster page, and if I want to invite a character, if I want to invite Market Manipulator at Spencer B 96, I can do that right through this window, and I can hit OK. And I could send the invite, to my other character from this character. Everyone in the fleet has that permission. Everyone in the fleet, like if you're say rank 4 or whatever, you can self-promote your alts up to rank 4, right in the fleet window. It's pretty self-sufficient. I will say that when it comes to the ranks here, ranks 1 through 4 are very, very similar. I guess there is some little permission stuff that changes, but behind the scenes, we basically don't really consider there to be much difference between rank 1 and 4 nowadays. We just don't care. Like, as soon as you join the fleet, you get store access, you get all the perks. I mean, if you care about the title, you can get it, but yeah, it's just not our point. You like being the paper boy? That's the thing too. A lot of people do enjoy that. I'm that 5,000 days AFK guy. Guess as a CC, peace and quiet can be a rare thing when you're just trying to game. Yeah, I mean, I keep my characters on hide. I tend to stay on Discord hidden most of the time. And truthfully, nowadays, I've said this on a couple past streams, but I will keep my chat window closed most of the time nowadays because almost any chat that actually matters is coming through on Discord. Any messages that I am going to really need to focus on are either coming in via Discord or email. So for me, the in-game chat is just lost its relevance for the most part. Um, what have I missed here? Most important thing is how well the fleets are managed. For example, my main isn't in a TBC fleet, but in my main's fleet, they never sought the use excess marks, so getting rid of fleet marks is hard. Yeah, I need to get them to add in a bigger fleet mark dump project. Platinum, thank you. Doing good. Surprise 3 p.m. stream. I mean, it is now 6:44 a.m. for me. Yeah, it's nice and early. KDF Admiralty has helped a lot for contributions. Yes. Warp Core, welcome back. I also just realized I never opened up my chat window. I've just been manually looking at Twitch and YouTube the entire time. Was I planning to stream before I said anything on Discord, or is this really all for you? It's all for you, Warp Core. I also didn't really feel like doing more script work right at that very moment when you were saying that, so I just was like, okay, let's just do a random stream. Yeah, we'll do. For yesterday, yeah. I mean that was annoying as hell yesterday. We had the fire alarms going off from 5:30 in the morning up through 9 in the morning. Um, they've had a bunch of issues with the wiring up there and like in the sprinkler closet. Like I don't know like all the specifics, but very annoying. And the fire department is pissed because like just for this building, they've been here at least 10 times in like the past month, and I know that they've been here for other buildings as well. So we are right across from the office, and we can see quite often that like the fire marshal and like police and like people from the city are going over there and just bitching them out. Just tearing them a new one. Yeah, and another thing too, is we also found that not all of the alarms were going off. So they've been doing work in the attic recently, and I think that they at some point they damaged some of the wiring. So like all of the alarms in the apartment that we have, I think there's 3 or 4 of them. Only one of them was even going off. Yeah. Steel, how's it going? In here, you can get fined for false alarms. Yeah, and I would not be surprised if the city is threatening them with some stuff because even last night, um, I want to say about 7 hours ago, I saw a fire truck pull into one of the other lots here. Picard, jeez. Okay. I need to contribute some dilithium to this fleet in the Armada. So holdings. Can I contribute this dilithium yet? Nope. Okay. Yeah, the new owners, yeah. The new company that's come in has been a bit of a headache. The like private equity group or whatever that bought this property and some of the neighboring ones, like apparently like someone from one of the prior companies that owned this place cooked the books a little bit, and they're saying that a bunch of apartments including ours owes some rent. um like we've got proof that every rent every single month for the past 5 years has been paid. um that they were saying though that we still owe like 160 for some random balance, and we're like, no, we could see that we've paid everything, just out of principle we're not going to pay that. So since January they've been stacking like $60 late fees on that every single month, and we're constantly disputing it. um so that's fine. I think because of that they're probably not going to renew our lease in like June or July whenever it pops up. But one of our neighbors, they're saying he owes like 2,700, and it's everyone's got proof that they've paid their rent, so it's fun. Is the Connie 3 worth getting for the narrow angle phaser beams? Yeah. I think if you're looking to min max a phaser beam build, then those are like the two best phaser beams. So yeah. They are expensive though. Archmagos, how's it going? All that power draw for the data center you got running causing havoc with the wiring. I can actually see how much power I am using right now. And I've got right now, I've got Stowe running. I've got like this is probably pretty close to peak usage for me. Like I've got Stowe running on my main desktop. I've got all four monitors on. My primary PC is obviously on. My NAS is also on, and there's a ton of like data going to that right now because I am definitely not downloading any Linux ISOs right now. But I mean, even with that, I mean, look at that, like 540 watts. That's not too bad. I guess that'd be bad if you're like in places with a high electricity cost, but I'm in Iowa. Uh oh no. Oh god, Spencer's a furry. No, no, no. No, no, no. But Nicholas isn't here, so he can't defend himself. Nick is into some pretty weird stuff, I'll say. Um I had 5 crashes happen consecutively while trying to enter DS9. Rough. Warp Core, I'm not going to comment on that. Want a modern skin for the Connie 3? Yeah, Nick NB, I know. Yeah, he's into some weird stuff. Iowa. Yeah, I mean, here's a question for all of you. How much do you pay like per kilowatt? Where I am right now, I think when I last paid the bill, which was like 4 days ago, I'm already forgetting the numbers, but I think it right now is like it was somewhere between like 10 and 11 cents. I want to say it was somewhere like around 10 to 11 cents per kilowatt hour. It's went up a little bit because here in America, not to get political, but we don't. What we're doing right now is we're socializing the electricity cost for all of the big data centers going on. So they're getting tax incentives, and what we're getting in exchange is that we get increased costs for our electricity because we are we are the ones covering the subsidies that these data centers are getting. It's really quite lovely. Oof, ruin that is rough. Yeah, we use kilowatt hour in USA. I know, surprising. Weird stuff like be more load builds. No, no. Nick is into some stuff that I can't even describe. I steer clear of the stuff that Nick is into. It just don't want to be associated. Nick, the things that Nick does to earn his ship's chat. You guys don't. I've been in voice chat and heard Nick sneak over to Drozana, and he goes to these lower levels, and it just, it's scary. Or when the summer event's going on and he tells us to go to this cave so we can see how the money's made. Like, we just gotta steer clear. We pay for plenty of terrible, fraudulent stuff, you know. Yeah, so basically, like, for right now, running my NAS and my main PC, you know, with the game up, it's, you can see there, 530 watts. Oh no. Poor Nicholas is gonna have a bunch of messages when he gets up. Rip the replicator disposing of dirty onesies. Oh no. Poor Nicholas. Okay. This character needs to leave the Breakfast Club because there's currently a bug. And I can't use my large stockpile of fleet dilithium vouchers. I mean, right now I'm on Windows. Like I am right now on Windows 11, which is just such a great premium operating system. Um, okay, Admiral Kane's been invited. I just invited my alt here, so let's go back over there. I do use Linux though on my secondary machines. Like my NAS is on TrueNAS. And my secondary workstation is on CasualSAB, and then this mini PC over to my right is also running CasualSAB. CasualSAB has been a pretty good OS so far. Can you even play SO outside of Steam on Linux? I don't know. I think that's just the easiest route, but I mean the support for doing various Windows applications on Linux has gotten so much better in the past couple of years. So, okay, this character has 9.25 million fleet dilithium, so we're gonna just go through and get this, get all the projects done. All the projects. At least like the fleet and DOFs. The EC, that'll happen later. Yeah. I also saw on the Stowe subreddit that someone was running Stowe on Linux perfectly fine recently, so I know that, or not Linux, on Mac. on Mac OS on the new MacBook that just came out. So I know that there were people though that were sad about the end of Mac support many years ago, but it looks like that is actually still possible. I mean, there's always possibilities that you can install something malicious. I mean, Linux generally is considered safer, but I mean, the reality is, that there are still ways that you can get a very corrupted install. Sci-fi, how's it going? That darn 10 million build cap, I know. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good options nowadays. I went with CasualSAB because I saw it was being discussed quite a bit, and I mean, the performance of it was pretty good. I think I've got a very different opinion here, but I think they made it too easy to get fleet credits. I'm probably one of the few people that's going to say that, but I legitimately feel like the change they made for dilithium last year made it so easy to get boatloads of fleet creds. Because as of last year, you get 3 fleet credits per dilithium. Yeah, I am saying that though from like a whale perspective of I've got still 9 million fleet dill vouchers on this character. So I've got like another 27 million fleet credits worth of dilithium here right now. CashOS is your office machine. You're not going back to Windows, yeah. Yeah, so CashOS, Bazite, Mint, those are all very good options. Hook up Grok or Gemini to help you. I wish they validated the purpose of Latinum in this game. Yeah. Don't downgrade your epic token. Never downgrade the epic tokens. Always save those. You never know what's going to happen in the future, and that's something I've said for a long time. It's why, for me, I've got 23 of these damn things just sitting in my bank. Like never get rid of the epics. Always save them. Old. They are so rare to get. It just is never worth doing that sort of trade. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you use an LLM, you can make it a bit easier. And also, Dan, thank you for the bits. Sorry, I was slow to acknowledge that. Galactic, see you around. Love Fedora, been using it for years. Like I know on my Steam Deck that there's applications. I forget what it is. The heroic launcher, I think it was, to launch games via like from GOG or Epic. So I would imagine that there's something out there you could use to just start up the standalone Stow launcher. I don't want to run into an issue with Linux and be told by Linux nerds it's my fault for not reading the 200-page documentation. Terrible. Logical. Just read the man pages. It's just 200 pages, bro. Yeah. Linux has come a long way. The only issue is really is if you're doing games that have built-in anti-cheat. Um, like if you're doing like first-person shooters, especially, like you're gonna have issues. Yeah, I remember back when I was in school, I forget what is the someone's gonna roast me here for not remembering this. The Vim, the text editor over on Linux that people like. When I was back in school many years ago, um, the one teacher I had for my networking program, he had a book that he kept there. Like it was just this beefy book, and it was just about using Vim. It's like, bro, like we're talking like an actual like textbook just for using Vim. Remember the Punk Buster days on Counter Strike? Yeah. Luckily, you do not want to build modern games or don't want to play modern games. Yeah. The modern gaming scene just seems to be a bit rough. There are upcoming games I look forward to, but I think AAA is outside of stuff like GTA. I think AAA is really starting to show limitations. I think some of the better projects in the past couple of years have, as we've seen, come from smaller studios. I never played it, but Expedition 33, wasn't that like a smaller team? Yeah, logical. I get that, and that's sort of like what SteamOS is doing. Resident Evil is doing pretty well. That's true. I do want to play Requiem. I do want to play that. Yeah, AAA is rough. GTA. I look forward to GTA 6, but at the same time, I don't like, it's going to be PlayStation only at first, right? Um, so it's going to be a while until we get to actually do it on PC and get the full experience. And it's going to be more online focused because look at how much didn't they plan to do a bunch of like story DLC for GTA 5 and then they canceled it because of how profitable the online stuff was, and they shifted it like over to that entirely. Like I worry what that's going to mean for GTA 6 of how much are they trying to capitalize and focus on the online play rather than, giving us, like story, like focusing on the single player side. That's what I'm worried about. Small team that left Ubisoft, yeah. For Expedition 33, yeah. Crimson Desert is likely one you'll pick up when it goes on sale. Uh, game deals. I am curious, like, what are... I want to see prices on some stuff. Resident Evil 3 for $3.59. Well, let's disable key shop so it's only legitimate stores. Okay. Some interesting titles there. Um, let's see. What is Resident? What's Requiem at? It's still sitting around $60. What about with key shops? Even with, it's a bit too high for me still. Watched a VTuber play it. Live service fatigue might even affect GTA sales. Picard, I see you visited a fit girl. just like the Cheops, who is currently sleeping. Yeah. Um, Darth, I'm just looking at the chat here. I Yeah, I mean, I do have concerns about what that's going to do for Stow on console, because Stow on console seems to be in a rough position right now. I talked about this last night when I was getting my PlayStation dailies done, but like I've had instances during the anniversary event where it takes 25 to 30 minutes for me to get the queue to pop for one of the anniversary event TFOs. So that's a bit rough. And I was looking at ESD that there was like 2 full instances and 2 other instances that had a couple of players. Um, and then you look at PC and it's like, yeah, there'd be a few. It's a bit quiet because time of day right now, but I mean, right now there's 4 instances on PC that are completely full. Another one that's 1 player away, and you got a couple others that have a decent amount of players in there. If I was to look on PlayStation right now, it would not be close. Just delete console and free up PC server space. Oh, dude, I forgot. I just realized I forgot to claim my free Phoenix pack over there. Yeah, the free Phoenix packs and all the stuff I mentioned yesterday are on both. Yeah, cross-platform is needed badly. Yeah. Every opportunity I've had to bring that up, I'm bringing it up because I think it is a serious issue. Devs have already said crossplay will never happen. I know. Okay, so right now, here's the instance count on PlayStation for EST. So you can see there's 1 full instance, there's 1 instance that just has 1 person, and then there's one with 24. Now, if I go back to PC here, again, this is right on ESD, and this is the current situation on PC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 4 instances that are completely full, another 3 that are just about full, and then 2 with just a few players. That is the current difference between those 2 platforms. No, Michael, I did end the stream like around 11, I want to say. Yeah, I mean cross-platform between PlayStation and Xbox would at least be something. Um, you scored a T6 Infinity. Yeah, I mean, if you want the Excelsior 2, I mean, the only reason I don't really use that anymore is because of the activation time. But if you don't care about that, then aside from that, like your Mirror Warship is still good. The Crossfield Refit, if you don't have that, the World Razor. I did not mean to go right back onto that same character. Tragic. Get me to DS9. Yeah, at least crossplay between those two consoles would be good. Would be very beneficial. I think if they could find a way for console players to play with PC as well, that would be great. But there's that delay with the updates over there. I mean, remember, console doesn't even get the anniversary bundle until Tuesday. Here we go. DS9 better or worse? It's a lot of personal preference there, right? I mean, I'm a little bit nostalgic about the older maps, but I mean the new ones are just a bit more functional. Guys, how's it going? Yeah, I think the current DS9, visually it looks really good for sure. Remember the fleet actions? It was a long, long time ago. Old DS9 is the ugliest map I've ever seen in this game. Wow. Wow. Tell us how you really feel, man. Yeah. I agree. I agree that the newer map is certainly better for accuracy. There's just that nostalgia in general, for like the older days of the game, I feel like I miss needing to go and send or trade the items I got from the like the Borg TFOs with the guy over at the one room in DS9. Like I miss that. That sort of interaction that sort of felt reminiscent of some other MMOs, and now it's just all done through the window, and it just doesn't have the same feel. It's better this way, but it just I miss those days. Could be OG ESD. You can still go to Starbase 39,
The
right?
situation is grim. All attempts to hail the starbase have failed.
Sierra there, yeah. You miss exploration clusters? I miss the Foundry. I miss a lot of things though in general from the early days. Yeah. There's entire generations of Stow players that don't know what once was.
Additional data is available.
That felt better, but it was just a little slow. Now I'm slow to the side.
Repair the transport. Stop them.
Give me a proc. There we go. 14. 4.5. Probably not going to be the run I was looking for, but
A probe is closing in on the
see how it
transport.
goes.
Destroy it.
This does still have some potential. Numbers are looking good. I should be at 4 here. Yeah, 395. Eh. Just a lot of RNG at this crap. Alan, how's it going? Don't miss having to pay for
Sensors
transwarps?
confirm
Yeah.
that the transwarp conduit has been destroyed. However, our scans of the
Yeah, I
starbase
remember.
are still
I
being
remember.
disrupted.
I know a bunch of people got
To
banned
send
and a
away
bunch of
the
people
advanced
didn't and just had a boatload of dilithium because of that. Missions you'll never know and places you can never go, yeah. Debauchery, I would wait. Unless you're trying to like DPS chase, wait for those sorts of upgrades if you can. Oh, logical. You want to see that on an engineer? Logical, this is for you. Just for you. The old skill system sucked. The old skill system was terrible. The modern system we have is quite a bit better. It's not perfect. Like there are issues with it. Right now, balance wise, like the science and engineer ultimates are pretty worthless for PvE, but overall, I mean, this is better than what it used to be. The old one did not have the same perks, didn't have the ultimate stuff. You just were dropping points in, and it was a little bit more complex. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I just love seeing my own inadequacy. Oh no. I feel bad. You make me feel bad saying stuff like that. You make me feel like a dick.
The situation is grim. All attempts to hail the starbase have failed. We must assume the enemy...
Okay, chat. Any predictions on what the engineer will do? Will the engineer do 3 million DPS, or is it going to be lower? Get your predictions in chat. No, I just messed up big. I don't have an Oxbat in. No, I gotta leave. I gotta restart this. Where would I get the skill boost for fleet marks? Are you talking about the plus 10 things I just activated? Those are in the same room as like the hangar pets, just opposite corner. I forgot to put batteries back on. Another thing too is with the current deeps meta, you know, even without the Persa lance and the executor stuff, which is broken, um, we are in a weird position where going in and doing like like a public infected is probably going to have a lower number than doing a solo run, because in the public TFOs, it is just way too common for people to go in and take the spheres out. And you need those spheres to get the big spike at the end. So if you've got someone that sits in the center with like a Grabwell and a Darien and just takes out the spheres, it really screws you over. Batteries, we don't need no stinking batteries. I need the batteries, okay? I gotta juice up the aux power. And Pretora, very nice. 244. Yeah, it's all timing. All of the DPS stuff is timing. It's all practice, all timing. Um, you know, learning the routine is really big. There's a lot of little details to consider too. Like it doesn't really matter for me doing solos here, but if you're doing like a public queue infected and you want more time on the briefing phase, then loading in from ground is going to net you a couple of extra seconds. I forgot to hit that. No.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Done. Disconnect that switch.
Not as good as the other one, but we'll go with it.
The nanite probe. Repair the transformer. Stop that.
Don't think my dual beam bank did anything there. No, I don't have any speed buffs right now. There we go. There we go. Big damage spike right there from all the juicy spheres. Did not get a crit on that lance. I'm doing really terrible with this. Did not get a crit on the lance, which is really unfortunate. The engineer blew up. But yeah, I mean, the engineer with enough run spam, I was able to get up to like 3.9 mil. Spencer, did I ever do a DPS run without the DOFs? Since they can be pay to win, are they regulated on what ones can be used for DPS ladders? We don't have the ability to see that level of detail of what someone runs. Like your 27, your 24, 26, those aren't being reported in your combat logs, so we don't have any enforcement in that regard. Myth, how's it going? User error, not the fault of the engineer? Wow. There is no winning in Stowe, so there can't be pay to win? Terrible. Truly, truly terrible. I haven't got anything over there yet. I've just been busy. I say that as I stream at like 8 in the morning, but it just real life has kept me busy. I'm working on the Andorian review right now, so when I get that up here in the next day or two, there will be a video up for that on the Builds channel as well. But yeah, I do want to get that going. It's just real life finds ways to be disruptive. Like I had a good chunk of time available yesterday to work on stuff, and then the fire alarm was going off for like 3.5, 4 hours, and that just like that really killed the vibe, you know, killed the mood. If I got that crit, that would have been a possible record run potentially. But that's the issue with this. Like all this RNG, it's not really fun. You know, just the amount of RNG that we're dealing with right now. Oh, I also don't have the second dual beam bank on. What am I doing? I gotta get all the cheese in here. I need to go to ground. I don't have the second dual beam bank on, which is just truly, truly terrible. Hire Chiaps to be my real life assistant so I can game more? Oh no. That's a little concerning, to be honest. Have I tried any angle runs on the engineer? Not in recent times. Actually, I don't think I have it all, like at this level. Now that I think about it, because I think the Impersa and the Executor stuff like all popped up just as I was getting this character finished up. Did you hear ground? Yes, you did. Can you believe it? Okay, the cheese is loaded. Now let's see how it goes. Yeah, ground is where the exchange is. Yeah, but I don't think there's interest in buffing up the various lances. That popped up in the conversations surrounding the Impersa lance, and there's a pretty firm no on their part about, you know, buffing up other lances to anywhere near this point. Yeah, we'll see what happens to this lance, but I don't expect it to have a very comparable level of performance once they do what they want to do to it.
Scanning the nanite transfer.
There we go. I mean, that wasn't a good start. It's like 6.7. Did not have the RNG I needed right there. Is this going to be any better? Good hits there. 4-7. I mean, I picked up a lot right there. That overkill just helped a massive amount. I don't think I got a proc on the bright transformer, which just killed the run. Unfortunately. No crit on the lance either. So I got screwed over on the right transformer, and I didn't get a crit on the board cube here at the end, both of which just contributed to, like, that run just dying. Rob, thank you for the upgraded membership. Greatly appreciate that. But yeah, I'm doing this on an engineer right now, so like if I get the run to line up the way that I want, then you know that's you're looking at an engineer pushing up very close or potentially above 4 million DPS. RNG based meta, folks, yeah. It's again, it's why we want to ban it. Like when the Impersonal Lance gets fixed and we're doing a new table, the discussion is very serious that we just are probably just going to consider banning these disruptor executor weapons because we think the RNG from them is just incredibly stupid. And like I said, very unhealthy for the DPS scene. Is that Beambank X1 broken in performance? It's the proc, specifically in elite content where it'll finish the target off by doing the full max HP value to them. So if they're at 1,000,000 HP, but they have like a max HP of like 16 million, when it procs, it's going to do that full 16 mil to them. In a ship with these sidekicks, does your rotation add them for DPS or buffs? Use them for DPS at the side. Use them for the shield, like the shield drain at the end. Has anyone tried them with surgical strikes? No. There wouldn't be much point. Basically, surgical strikes, beam overload, any of that single target stuff. It's just you're talking lower performance. Like it just immediately is lower performance. As soon as you go away from fire at will or scatter volume, the hard truth is that those firing modes are what the game is biased towards, and as soon as you steer away from those, you're immediately sacrificing damage output, survivability, like everything. Literally went from dual beam banks to arrays the day before the dual beam bank event weapon came out. I think the arrays are better for you long term. What's the proc percent? It's a 20% chance per shot when the target is below 20% HP. I want to use them before nerf, sniff, sniff. I don't think they'll nerf them because I think they're working correctly. It's just that's an issue for us on the parsing side with the DPS tables. Which is, again, why I don't expect it to be fixed, because it's not an actual, like, game issue. Okay. Private, infected. And we got about a minute wait while it loads the map. Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading some stuff. I mean, I was quite disappointed with the initial performance as well.
The situation is grim.
Can the engineer get a smooth run? That's what we're looking for. I'm spamming the Ilios toggles to build up stacks of the particle fluctuation analysis, the legendary nebula trait.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Got it. If they'll take that available.
Didn't get a crit on the Lance. That's immediately... You see the RNG there? Like, this run's already done. Like, just right there, off the Lance not getting a crit at the start, the run's done.
Stop that.
That's the RNG we're at right now. Yeah, it's a dual beam bank, a dual heavy cannon, and a torpedo. The torpedo, based on the testing myself and Nick have done, it just really isn't that good. The dual heavy cannon doesn't do the proc right now, and the dual beam bank, you know, it's the only one that's able to proc it. Still need UD and Terran Goodbye. 50% crit chance, so if you go UD, that's 10% crit chance, 50 severity, whereas Terran Goodbye would just be 15% crit chance, so UD would be better, I'd say. Once the Impersa is nerfed, what will be the big three again? The mere angle. I mean, it'll be the mere angle as the top platform again. I am up early. Yeah. I feel like it's time for a nap for me. I might like try taking a short nap here and wake up at like noon or something. Crit must be in the 80%. Crazy not to get that lance so many times. It's... No, my crit on this character is 44. Do I have Terran Goodbye leveled up here? Yeah, let me drop Temporal Tunneling for Terran Goodbye. We can get that up a little bit more. So I'll be at... that'll take me up to 60. Particles another 10, 70, and then UD is another 10, so... Yeah, I'll be at like 80% crit chance. Just messing around. Yeah, I mean, my entire day was thrown off yesterday by the fire alarms going off for like 3.5, 4 hours. So just that screwed me up yesterday. I ended up just crashing early in the day, and I woke up at 7:30, 8 p.m. and I've been up ever since. So like I might actually, like, after another run or two here, just pop a melatonin, see if I can get a couple hours of sleep and be back up around like noon to 1. Get me closer to being back on track. Because I do have stuff that I have to, I got to get some work done in the afternoon, so that'll probably be the best for me, rather than trying to push through the entire day. Got magnesium. Actually, thank you for reminding me. I do need to order more of my multivitamin. I'm just finishing it up. This is... I think it's got magnesium in it. Apparently not. Have some nice orange chicken for breakfast. I'd say weed nut, but it's legal in Canada now. Oh no. Okay. Infected the conduit. Elite. May the engineer get to the big deeps. Do I know what event is next for console? I would imagine for all platforms is probably the first contact day. Like, that's what I said like weeks ago. I think on the video was like after this current event for all platforms would probably be that, and today is a good day to try. Yes, Sphinx. Indeed it is.
You will lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
All the buffs.
Scanning the nanite transfer. Gone. Additional data is available.
That opening was probably the worst I've seen thus far.
Stop now.
Like, that was complete garbage. Like, that opening was so bad, I don't think there's any hope of this run even having a potential recovery. At least that proc went off there. Yeah, I mean, I'm leaving the left side at 3 million, and I have to be leaving it at, like, 4.5, 5. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I'm like super low for where I need to be. But let's keep it going and just see what happens. That Lance didn't crit again? Bro. What will benefit more, the Credence console or Trafalgar? Probably Credence, because Trafalgar is just replacing a couple traits. Like, it's replacing Boimler and Intelligent Agent Attaché and the 3 points in your skill tree. Credence is, doing a good chunk of damage and also giving you complete weapon power cost. Weapon power cost immunity while it's active. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'm starting to feel like that little bit of tired. So if I can get a nap in, just sleep for like 3-4 hours, that'll make my day a lot easier. So I'm gonna check my printers quick and just make sure nothing is screwing up right now. That would be unfortunate. Good, that's doing good, and this is still doing good. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I will see you guys around. Depending on how the day goes, might even do a stream this evening. But yeah, thank you for tuning in to this random stream. I will see you guys around as soon as I can find the OBS window. Oh, it's over here for some reason. Okay. Goodbye.